Welcome to the Master Passive Income Show. My name is Dustin Heiner, and I'm here to help you learn how to quit that JOB, that just over broke job, by investing in real estate so you never ever have to work a job again. And today we're going to be talking all about when you are investing in a recession, how to get financing and funding, money to buy your next real estate rental property, to invest in long-term properties, to invest in any type of real estate at all. You need money to do so, and we are going to show you how you can invest with other people's money, getting financing in a recession. All right, let's start the show.
Welcome to the Master Passive Income Podcast, where we talk about investing in real estate with a special focus on making enough money so you can quit your job and live the dream life. And now, here's your host, Dustin Heiner.
Hey, what's up, guys? Super pumped as always to have you here on the show with me today. And I gotta say, we're definitely in a recession. I mean, I'll come out and say it. And it is interesting that we have, the definition of a recession has always been, if you have 2 months, I want to say it was like a negative GDP or something like that. It's like 2 months of a certain criteria that they give, and then we're in a recession. Now, that recession, even though, like I said, we are in a recession right now, even though that's the case, people aren't necessarily feeling it. In fact, people are still traveling, people are still doing things, buying things, and on top of that, prices are going up. They're just going higher and higher and higher. And I gotta say this. We had some people over, some friends from church over for dinner, and my wife went and bought chicken, and just regular, it wasn't the frozen chicken, it was like the nice, prepackaged chicken that's not frozen, but, nice chicken. It's gonna be good to eat. And then I looked at the price. It was $6.99 a pound. I am just blown away. It should be like 99 cents a pound, but now it's $6.99 a pound. I told my wife, I said, hey, honey, next time ask me, it's going to be like $3.99 for a brisket. I know we would much rather eat a brisket. I'll smoke the brisket. I have fun doing that. We get a lot more meat, and it's like half the price. It's amazing to see how horrible the prices are. Like, inflation is going up. And then on top of that, we are seeing interest rates go up. The Fed just came out and said, we're going to raise it up almost another point. So it's going to go up and up and up. And they're also saying, oh man, so we're not going to raise it up that much. Like, don't worry, we're not going to raise it up much more because we're starting to get inflation under control. $6.99 a pound for chicken is not getting inflation under control. And it's just nuts how it's getting worse and worse and worse. And what's great for us, though, as real estate investors, is we're going to capitalize, which means we're going to make money in this recession. And on top of that, we're going to be able to use other people's money in a recession. And this is one of many episodes where we're talking about how you can invest in a recession. When I started investing back in 2006, we weren't in a recession. Prices were going up, up, and up. And in 2008, when the recession happened, oh my goodness, I had so many other investors that I knew went bankrupt. They literally were doing it the wrong way. They were not investing the right way. They were getting over leveraged, which was meaning borrowing way too much money and not getting enough passive income. And on top of all of that, they were going for appreciation, which we do not invest for appreciation. We invest for passive income. And I always say get $250 or more in passive income from every single property that you buy. And on top of that, when you're getting that passive income, it's protecting you. If the market goes up, the market goes down, or the market goes sideways, we still make money. And we're going to give all these properties to our children and our grandkids. This is generational wealth that we are creating. And when there is a recession, you need to learn or know how to invest properly. So go back and listen to all of these past episodes where we talk about what you should do in a recession. And on top of that, I even have all these on my YouTube channel. Go to Master Passive Income on YouTube, just type that in. You'll see all of our recession videos, how to find properties, how to make money, how to make even more money, how to get creative, all this good stuff. So check the links in the description for all of these, because I really want to just give you a well-rounded understanding of what I saw and what, back in 2008 and what we are currently doing now to be ready for investing in a recession, but even right now, how we're even making money now. Because a question you're going to be thinking to yourself, more than likely, you're thinking, well, Dustin, if we're going in a recession, won't that mean that like home prices will go down? Inflation's going up, interest rates are going up, so won't home prices go down? Well, yes, they absolutely will go down, but we have no idea if a recession is going to happen. Let's say something happens and all of a sudden the economy takes off again and it goes back up. Because remember, back in 2017, 2018, we were thinking that, hey, the market is kind of stalling, if you don't remember, but that's what kind of I was saying. And it just took off from there. I thought it was going to crash back in 2017 and 2018. If I would have stopped investing then, I wouldn't be here today with, all the properties I have. And then all my students would also not have all their properties and businesses built. I mean, we've got hundreds of students now, almost even thousands probably, and all of my students are buying properties. And here's the great thing. I had two students last week. They bought their first property. I think it was their first property they both got. And with that, they are getting $250 a month in passive income. And I want to say one of the houses was like $80,000. Another one was like $70,000 or something like that. But with that, even if there is a correction in the market, if the price goes cut in half, then if it's an $80,000 house, you're only losing $40,000 in equity. But you don't sell the house, you keep it and you make $250 a month. Now, that was passive income because, we're investing for passive income. But if you were to buy a house for $300,000 and try to rent it and make $250 a month, and that gets cut in half, that's $150,000 cut in half. So what we like to do is we like to find C-class properties, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 to 1,400 square feet, the same type of properties that everybody either wants to buy or rent, and we buy those and we rent them out. Now, there are some amazing ways to get money to buy these properties. I know funding is a big deal for a lot of people. In fact, one of the most watched videos or most downloaded podcasts is when I talk about financing and funding for your real estate investing. Now, here's the great thing about financing. You do not need to use your own money when you invest in real estate. Let me give you an example of other types of investing that you have to use your own money. A big one is if you are going to buy stock. If you're going to buy stock, you cannot go to the bank, or you can go to the bank, but they're going to laugh you out of the bank. You can say, hey, banker, I'm going to buy Apple stock. I think it's going to go up, and I want to buy that, or I want to buy Tesla, or I want to buy Bitcoin, whatever it might be. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to say, no way I'm going to let you borrow money. Like, I'm not going to let you borrow money and put on a stock. Now, if you have a business, your own business, they will lend you money. If you have a real estate investing business, they will lend you money. If you go to your aunt and say, hey, aunt, I want to borrow money to buy Bitcoin or borrow money to buy Tesla, they're going to laugh at you and say, there's no way I'm going to do that. But if you come to them and say, I want to invest in real estate. Here's the business model. We're going to make money in passive income. I'm going to give you a loan. It's going to be secured on the property, and you're going to make, let's say, 6-7%, way more than you're going to make on any CD or any savings account. They're going to say, that sounds like a good idea. In fact, I've gotten many people to invest with me, and my students, that's what we do. Anyways, I'm kind of getting into the episode, but I brought on Charles Rose Jr. on with me because we're both investing right now, and we're going to be continually investing in real estate. In fact, on top of doing all of that, I'm even continuing the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference that I've told you guys all about. You guys have been with me along this journey of creating the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference. And I, from the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference, have started getting into storage units, buying and being a part of syndications of storage units. I'm even creating my own syndication. Well, I will be actually helping other investors invest with me in the deals that come to me so we can make even more money. And I have, honestly, all that to thank with the Real Estate Wealth Builders. Like, I'm growing my real estate investing business so much more than I ever thought I could because of the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference. You absolutely need to come to the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference. If you go to rubcon.com and you type in the promo code podcast, I'll give you 10% off any of one of the tickets that you buy. You know, if there's the basic, the pro, and the VIP package. I suggest getting the VIP. You'll get around all the speakers, all the expert investors. You'll get so much more, like dinners and all that good stuff. but I want to get you investing. And honestly, Rubicon is by far one of the best things. We're shaping up to have 500 or 600 people there. We're going to have twice as many speakers. We're going to have so many more sponsors. It's going to be amazing. Go to rubicon.com and use the promo code podcast to get your ticket 10% off. And honestly, this is a community. This is where we are helping each other out. In fact, we just started with Rubicon having a monthly get together, a Zoom meeting where we get together and I'm there and we encourage each other. We build each other up. We help each other, point each other out in different directions, how to get financing, answering questions, passing along deals. It is fantastic because what Rubicon is all about is a community where we're helping investors just like you to connect with other investors and become more successful. That's where I am growing my business leaps and bounds because of Rubicon. All right, so let's go into today's show where Charles and I are going to be talking about how you can get financing in this recession and how you can buy even more properties. And I'm going to tell you, hopefully you're excited just like me to buy even more properties with this recession. And all right, let's jump into today's show where Charles and I talk about how you can get more money to invest in real estate. So Charles, thank you so much for being here. You are fantastic at financing, getting private money, utilizing creative ways. So let's talk about financing. So I'm super glad to have you on the show, man.
Yeah, man. It's always great to be on the show, especially when we get to help people with these same strategies that we implement to build generational wealth for our families. And so this topic of financing is such a great topic. And, the Lord has blessed us where we can share it with others. So
and you're right. Like, this is a big conversation that we need to have. And I love that there are so many ways to get financing to be able to buy a property. In fact, I personally have done 14 or 15 different types of financing, everything from obviously cash to conventional loans to private money to hard money to commercial loans, signature loans. I've even done a credit card. That's definitely an advanced strategy. But I've done so many different ways. Actually, I have an entire episode that I want you to check out where I literally go through 14 or 15 different ways that I get financing for properties. And we're not going to go into every single one of those. Definitely check out that video or that episode. And so I'll put the link in the description for that, the 14 or 15 different ways to get financing. It'll literally give you everything that I have done, show you how to do it so that you can be prepared when you need financing, because not everybody has a lot of cash to get started. Not everybody has a rich uncle they can borrow money from, but there's so many other ways to do that. So definitely check that out. But what we're going to be talking about too is as the recession is coming, I don't think it's here yet, but definitely check out that video where we talk all about the market update. What we want to do is we want to be prepared to buy the good properties that do come, because even in this right now and in the recession, good deals are going to come. We need to be ready to buy them. So the biggest thing that we love to do is have so many tools in our toolbox to buy a property. You have a property, a good deal, you have it under contract, you're about ready to buy it, but you don't have enough money, your own personal money. But think of like a contractor. A contractor is going to have a tool belt with a bunch of tools. Each tool he can pull out and plug it into whatever he needs to do, like a Phillips screwdriver, whatever it might be. Same thing with real estate investing. We use financing in all these different ways of financing. Remember the 14 or 15 different ways that I already told you about? These are different tools. Now, with these tools that we put into our business, we can buy just about every single property, because if you have a good deal, money's going to flow with that. And Charles, you're absolutely a testament to this, because you're fantastic about getting private money, other people's money, to buy the properties.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the things you have to realize is there's always a way to make it work.
And I want to pause for a quick second and share that honestly, I really want you to invest in real estate. My new goal in my life, my first goal was to quit my job in 10 years, and I did that, accomplished that at 37. Now my new goal is to help 1 million people invest in real estate. So 2 things I would ask from you. Number 1, if you get anything out of this episode, please share it with somebody else. Just say, hey, check out Dustin and Master Passive Income. He really wants to help 1 million people to invest in real estate. That's number 1. Number 2, I want to get you to invest in real estate. Get my real estate investing course absolutely for free. Text the word rental, RENTAL, to 33777. Rental to 33777. I'll literally give you my course, show you how to find an area of the country to invest, how to build the business first. I always talk about that, and how to find the right properties, how to make sure you're getting experts to do the work for you. and scale the business to where you're making $250 or more in passive income, scale it to quit your job. I'll literally get to you, or go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course. Obviously, it'll be in the description, but I really, really want you to invest in real estate, because the more that actual, normal, everyday people own real estate that are good landlords, the better everybody's life gets.
And, real quick, one of the things that I ran into when I started investing was after my first two deals, I didn't have any more money. And so I wanted to find a way. And so I hopped in a coaching call with Dustin and talked to him and was like, hey, I need to find a way. I need to buy some more properties. And so, we strategized and we came up with using private money and created this whole system on how to use it. And now we get to share it with other students as well, with some of our students. And so it was such a great way to utilize to buy deals. And if you don't know what private money is, it's simply, you go into a person, maybe family, maybe friends, someone you've met, rather than going to a bank. So you go into an individual rather than a bank or some sort of institutional lender, and you're borrowing money, paying them interest. So you're creating a win-win situation to buy more properties. It is such a great strategy that you can use to buy deals. And we have videos that talk about that, and we can certainly you can certainly get them in the show notes as well too.
Totally. And with that, to be prepared at any time, not just in the time of recession, which we're going into now, but at any time in investing, we need to have these people, these other organizations, or whoever, it's a bank, it's your uncle, it's a rich family member, whatever it might be. We need to be ready and have that relationship already built. We need to make sure that they already know that we're an investor. So that's with building your relationship with other people who have the financing, calling up mortgage brokers, literally getting them ready to make sure that you can get a loan, getting pre-qualified, even talking to hard money lenders, talking to private money lenders, going to your bank and say, hey, can I have a signature loan? I want to get ready for investing. And so what we do is, before we're even going to buy any properties, we figure out what type of rates they're going to have. What's the interest rate going to be? What term is it going to be? How long is it going to be? Any other, let's say, fees? How much things are going to cost for these loans? A timeline. How long is it going to take to get these loans? We need to have these relationships built, and on top of that, know what it's going to take to get the money to then buy the property, because we want to have all this laid out before we have a deal, but we cannot figure out a way to get financing. And all of a sudden now a deal actually turns into, oh man, I just got to let it go away. Like, I've actually lost money now because my earnest money, which is you put money to down payment or down deposit, and then you lose it. And then it's a bad deal instead because you lost money. So we want to make sure we have all this, your network set up, all these people already set up. You already know everything about the rates and terms and all that sort of stuff before you buy any properties.
Absolutely. And, Dustin, one of the things that people ask, we have students ask it all the time. Well, where do I find these lenders? How do I find them? And so it's here's a quick strategy that may seem so simple. Like, one of the things that you can do to find these lenders is literally joining a bunch of like Facebook groups, right? And like on real estate investing. So let's just say you're investing in Cleveland, Ohio. You could search Cleveland, Ohio Investors Group or Ohio Investors Group. You can post in the groups and ask, like, who do you recommend for private money, or who do you recommend for hard money? Or you could find out what other people are using. And one of the things that our students do among themselves is at Master Passive Income, we share resources. We have a lenders list. So you can literally go on that list and see other lenders that students are using. I've personally used that list, Dustin, to finance several deals, like literally. So I'm using it too, and our students are using it. And so it is such a great strategy. I mean, just the other day, Dustin, I was telling you about this lender who I got at like 4.99% when interest rates for commercial loans are around 6 and 7s. And you're like, totally, I send that to me. Let me put it on the list. So
I love that after coaching now hundreds or almost even thousands of students now, they've basically, by giving them the Master Passive Income model on how to invest, how to make sure you're making $250 or more, how to build the business so that it runs its own, how to scale your business, quit your job. They've already done all the hard work, the lead work to find the property managers, areas of the country, the financing, mortgage brokers, hard money lenders, all that sort of stuff. They've built the entire business, their business, and then they share it with Master Passive Income students, it was like you said, we have a huge laundry list of managers to areas of the country to the financing options that we have out there. And that's the best thing is, as I just talked about with finding other mortgage brokers, building your network, getting around other people. I've said this, I'll say this all the time. Real estate investing is not about properties, it's about people. The more people that you can help, the more money you can make, the better you can do investing in real estate. Same thing with helping other students, like at Master Passive Income students. So we have the group coaching that we all get on, a group coaching call. I think last time, I think we had like 25 people on. It was so awesome. We all worked together. People were laughing, we were joking, and getting education as well. Us, you and I, Charles, coaching them as well. And so if you're building that network around you, you're having other people that from their lessons, their ideas, their hard work finding the right people in their business, you're being able to piggyback up off of them. Now, Charles, let's give them, everybody listening and watching this, that let's give them some quick ways to get some quick wins. So a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac loan is a fantastic way to get started to buy a property. Let's say you get a duplex or a triplex. A Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac loan, if you have a good credit, if you want to buy a duplex, you can actually move into the property yourself, hopefully put with an FHA loan. Another way is a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA loan, doing a house hack, like all these different options to get financing for a property. You're utilizing your own credit. Now, in the future, this is what I teach all my students. We build the business first. We make sure we have an actual LLC created. We start building business credit. And in a couple of years down the line, we're utilizing the business credit instead of our own personal credit to buy these properties. Now, when we're getting started though, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loans, FHA loans, these are all great ways to invest in real estate. I know you started with a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. And so Charles, utilizing these types of loans, getting ready now, we will be able to utilize these if there is a recession. So absolutely. So talk to us about how you are helping your students with these Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loans, FHA loans, house hacking, all that sort of stuff.
With my students, Dustin, one of the things that we look at with each student is we figure out, and I always tell everyone, figure out what's the best funding strategies to use right where you are, right? Because every student comes, at a different point. Some students may have a lot of money in the bank. Some students may be a perfect candidate for the FHA loan. Maybe they could use this loan and like you said, live in it for a year or two, get that low down payment up, as low as 3.5% with the FHA loan. One of the ways I teach a lot of students and they love is the private money. In fact, I forgot to tell you this, Dustin, but one of my students, he just found two lenders, I think it was a hard money and a private money lender who's both going to work with him with 0% down,
Zero down.
Zero down, as long as he find properties that are 70%, he can borrow up to 70% of the ARV of the property, which is great, right? And so we work with students all the time to find these lenders, but definitely we try to help them come up with the best financing strategy based on where they are. Typically, we save like the private money for after they get one or two deals, then we go to the private money. But at first, we teach them all of these other ways, and Dustin, has a ton of ways that you could invest. And as Dustin mentioned, he even bought a deal with a credit card. So, I mean, every time I think about Dustin, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, Charles, you're going to have to make sure you get me the lenders, the private money, and the other one that your student found with 0%. We're going to have to put that in the student community so everybody else can see that as well. I love, you have a tip that you give, which is awesome, because as we're investing in real estate, you're going to run into roadblocks. A lot of my students say, hey, Dustin, I called up a mortgage broker and they said, no, they can't give me a loan. Well, we don't stop there. So talk to us about your tip you have.
Yeah, so quick tip on that. So yeah, we encourage students to call around, ask questions, and something that we tell them all the time. This is something that Dustin always told me: be patient, keep on searching. But as you do that, a quick tip. So if someone says, no, they can't help you with this type of deal, or no, we don't have any no down payment loans, a really good question to ask them is, well, who do you recommend that does it? Or who do you recommend that has no low down payment loans? Or who do you recommend that does FHA loans, or whatever you're looking for? Or if you needed one, who would you use? Ask the lenders who they would use. One thing, oftentimes lenders know lenders. Lenders know lenders. So if you ask those questions, you'll be so surprised. I go through that all the time. Also, my students, when they ask that question, they're like, wow, I went to this lender and he didn't have the product I was looking for, but he knew like 3 or 4 other lenders that had it. And so it's such a great way. So you might as well make use of that call, right? Like, so if they can't help you, a lot of times they know someone else who can help you.
That's a terrific point. And I'll give you an example of how that works out. So I had a student who they found a house. I think it was like $50,000 they were buying for it. And when they bought it, they were going to make $280 a month in passive income. So it's a really good property. And to get the loan, she had to put a down payment down. Now, usually mortgage brokers, the minimum that they can borrow is $50,000. And so with that $50,000, she would be below that, which means she could not use that loan. She called 23 different mortgage brokers. Eventually, on the 23rd one, she found a mortgage broker that said, yes, our minimum is $30,000. So she didn't give up. She kept asking, who else could I talk to? Who else could I talk to? Eventually, her 23rd mortgage broker actually could do it. She closed on the property. That lender is actually in our student lender list. So once you join the membership or the coaching, we'll definitely get you that as well. But hey, everybody, I'm so glad that you are getting started investing. Make sure your financing is in order before you start investing. That's what we do, making sure that we can buy the great properties that we find. So glad you guys are here with Charles and myself. We'll see you guys in the next one. And that is it for today. Go ahead and get my free real estate investing course. Text the word rental to 33777. RENTAL to 33777. You can also join my Real Estate Wealth Builders group coaching, get all my courses. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next show. See ya.